Do you ever feel that twinge in your knee when you stand up? That stiffness in your fingers in the morning? Or that ache in your hips after a walk? Joint pain is one of the most common complaints as we get older, and we often chalk it up to simple wear and tear, an inevitable part of aging. But what if I told you that for millions of people, the biggest driver of their joint destruction isn't wear and tear at all? It's a single, fundamental mistake, a mistake that happens not in the gym, but in the kitchen, 3 times a day. And fixing this one thing could do more for your joint health than any supplement or cream on the market. Welcome to Golden Wellness Way, where we explore timeless truths and modern science to help you live healthier, longer, and better. I'm so glad you've decided to join me today. This topic is incredibly personal. I watched my father, a former athlete, become sidelined by debilitating knee pain. He tried everything: physical therapy, braces, injections. He was on the verge of considering a knee replacement. It wasn't until a rheumatologist at the Mayo Clinic asked him a simple, profound question about his diet that we discovered the true culprit. His biggest problem wasn't his knee. It was what he was eating. So let's uncover this number one mistake, because understanding it can truly be a game changer for anyone living with joint pain. So what is this number one mistake that's destroying our joint health? It is ignoring the power of food to either cause or calm inflammation. The fundamental misunderstanding is thinking that osteoarthritis is just a mechanical problem of bone rubbing on bone. The latest science shows us that it's actually an inflammatory disease. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is the fire that burns away your cartilage and sensitizes your nerves, creating pain, and the single biggest source of that inflammation for most Americans is their diet. Specifically, it's a diet high in pro-inflammatory foods. Let's get specific. What are we talking about here? The main offenders are a trio you've heard me mention before, but their combined effect on joints is devastating: sugar, refined grains, and inflammatory seed oils. Think of them as the 3 arsonists setting fire to your joints. Let's start with sugar. When you consume sugar or highly refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, or pastries, your body experiences a rapid spike in blood sugar. This surge triggers the release of inflammatory messengers called cytokines. These cytokines are like a general alarm bell for your entire immune system, and they directly attack the cells in your joint cartilage. Furthermore, sugar leads to the creation of those advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, that we've talked about in your joints. AGEs make your collagen and cartilage stiff, brittle, and more susceptible to damage. So that sweet treat isn't just affecting your waistline. It's actively making your joint tissue weaker and more inflamed. Next, let's look at inflammatory seed oils. These are oils like soybean, corn, sunflower, and safflower oil, which are ubiquitous in processed foods, restaurant meals, and bottled salad dressings. As we've discussed, they are incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids. When your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is out of balance, your body produces more pro-inflammatory eicosanoids, which are signaling molecules that directly mediate the inflammatory processes in your joints. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found a direct link between higher omega-6 consumption and worsening symptoms of knee osteoarthritis. You might be carefully avoiding sugar, but if you're eating out frequently or using these oils at home, you could still be fanning the flames of inflammation. So the number one mistake is eating a pro-inflammatory diet, but there's a flip side to this coin that is incredibly empowering. If food can cause inflammation, it means food can also fight it. The solution is not a restrictive, joyless diet. It's a joyful, delicious pivot towards an anti-inflammatory way of eating. This isn't a quick fix. It is a lifestyle that fundamentally changes the environment inside your body from one of chronic inflammation to one of healing and calm. What does this look like in practice? It's simpler than you think. First, you crowd out the bad stuff by adding in more of the good stuff. The cornerstone of an anti-inflammatory diet is a rich variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. These foods are packed with antioxidants and polyphenols, which are powerful natural compounds that neutralize inflammation. Think of dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, bright red berries, deep purple beets, and orange sweet potatoes. Eat the rainbow, and your joints will thank you. The second key is to upgrade your fats. Ditch the inflammatory seed oils and embrace healthy, anti-inflammatory fats. The king of these is omega-3 fatty acids, found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Omega-3s are the fire department. They produce compounds called resolvins and protectins that actively resolve inflammation. If you don't eat fish, a high-quality fish oil or algae-based omega-3 supplement can be beneficial. Other fantastic anti-inflammatory fats include extra virgin olive oil, avocados, walnuts, and flax seeds. Third, harness the power of spices. Many common spices are among the most potent anti-inflammatory agents on the planet. Turmeric, containing the active compound curcumin, is a superstar. Studies have shown its effects to be comparable to over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects. Always consume it with a pinch of black pepper, which dramatically increases its absorption. Ginger is another powerhouse, excellent for soothing both joint pain and digestive upset. Cinnamon, garlic, and cloves also have powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Be generous with these in your cooking. Let's put it all together. What might a day of anti-inflammatory eating look like? For breakfast, instead of a sugary cereal, maybe it's a bowl of oatmeal with berries, walnuts, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. For lunch, instead of a deli sandwich on white bread, it could be a large salad with grilled salmon, lots of colorful vegetables, and a dressing made from olive oil and lemon juice. For dinner, perhaps a flavorful curry made with chicken or lentils, turmeric, ginger, garlic, and served with a side of steamed broccoli. It's not about deprivation. It's about abundance, an abundance of color, flavor, and nutrients. Making this shift isn't just about feeling better in your joints. Chronic inflammation is the root cause of so many age-related diseases: heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even dementia. By adopting an anti-inflammatory diet to help your knees, you are simultaneously protecting your heart, your blood vessels, and your brain. It is the single most powerful, holistic health intervention you can make. It's the ultimate 2-for-1 deal for your health. The number one mistake is believing that joint pain is an unavoidable mechanical problem. It's not. It's a biological fire that you have the power to put out. Start small. This week, maybe you swap your vegetable oil for olive oil. Or you add a handful of spinach to your eggs, or you switch your afternoon cookie for a handful of walnuts. Each small choice is a vote for less pain, more mobility, and a more vibrant future. You are the architect of your own biology. Thank you for joining me for this important conversation at Golden Wellness Way. I truly believe this knowledge can change lives. What's one small, anti-inflammatory change you could commit to making this week? Please share it in the comments below. Declaring your intention is a powerful first step, and it can inspire our whole community. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you know who struggles with joint pain, and subscribe for more wellness wisdom you can trust. Until next time, eat beautifully and move freely.